Among Us, how do they respond? In generally speaking, with the Slaughter, you usually want to pick this hero into the opposing POS 1. But Among Us go for a Bounty Hunter pickup, which, I mean, at this point, they're just drafting to have a bit of fun, I think, with this bounty, because we have seen pop up here and there. It can be very effective because you can really snowball out of control with the track kills that do happen. I suppose with their draft already, it is a kind of team fight orientated, let's go run at them and fight kind of draft already with the Mars, Phoenix, and Bounty. So it could work. I'd like to see it here from Among Us, this Bounty Hunter. I believe the last time we saw it was from Boom Esports during BTS Pro Series 3, and if I remember correctly, they did make it work. So, how it pans out for Among Us, Cignal Ultra will respond with a Junk who can naturally purge off the track just by committing spin.
Yeah, and it plays nice with a Slaughter. It's another physical core that can rip right through, make use of that corrosive haze. So you've got a pretty potent fighting draft here from Cignal Ultra. It looks pretty darn nice. They've got some cooldowns to play with. Kisses, Moonlight Shadow early on are the big ones, and the Omni Slash as the game goes on. Among Us, they do get to pick up this Morphling. You have some nice targets to morph into. Turn into the Snap, turn into Slaughter, Mirana, Jug. All of them are pretty darn nice for the Morphling. So you've got some decent build up here. Pretty good back and forth for both sides. Have to say, with a Bounty Hunter, I think I have seen Among Us draft that for March. So now the question is, what's March playing? What position is the Phoenix on? Are they going to switch that around, keep March in the Phoenix, run a pause 4 bounty, which sounds a bit more plausible. But again, there's a lot of flexibility here for how Among Us runs all of these heroes, and it should make it interesting going into that last pick. Among Us do not have the last pick overall. So they're going to have to show their hand first, and Cignal Ultra might be able to counteract whatever flexibility is there that Among Us wants to drag till the end.
5 seconds remain.
And can you believe there's no Earth Spirit set in the Diatide chest? I mean, it's just unbelievable.
I believe it. I believe it.
It just sickens me, John.
They've found 74 other things to stick in, none of them being Earth Spirit. 74 things, Mike?
10 seconds.
What do I need to do, John? What do I need to do?
5 seconds.
The crazy thing is,
I will personally fly out to New Zealand and do whatever Gaben wants. Just give me an Earth Spirit set.
oh boy. I mean, the crazy thing is, I saw a Warlock set that I know was in the voting for
Yes.
the treasures.
The genie
so they
one.
took some from the voting. They didn't take the Earth Spirits.
10 seconds.
Last
You gotta
pickups
love it,
now.
Mike.
Among Us, they're looking for what I believe is the Arbit hero, unless he's going to play the Morph. But no, he'll take a Wind Ranger. Very interesting. It's going to be very, very fun with the Morphling. If you do go for the Ags, morph into the Wind Ranger, just Wind Run everywhere, shackles everywhere. There's actually a lot of value for the Ags morph if they want to just kind of, play a bit more of a clowny Morphling style draft. Cignal Ultra, they'll have to respond to this. In all seriousness, obviously the Wind Ranger is quite powerful up against heroes like the Jug. You can Wind Run during Omni, you can just Focus Fire during Spin. You don't really care about the Jug so much. It is a nice Queen of Pain pick, I'd say, here from Cignal Ultra. Overall, both drafts looking very even, I'd say, Among Us. They've kind of thrown a bit of a spanner in the works with that Wind Ranger Bounty Hunter. But I look forward to seeing what they can get done in this game number 2.
Yeah, I love the draft. I think the back and forth is looking pretty nice. Cignal Ultra has some better timings to play with. They're not as constrained into long cooldowns. They have opportunities to play outside it. Big things to watch out for: blink timing for Van, and you want some build up on their snap, but we have seen them kind of put Grims in the backseat. So the main thing is Van's blink enables them to fight, and we'll see what they want to build up on about. I think Among Us do have pretty good lanes to play with. We are seeing the March Bounty Hunter with Zephyr this time on the Phoenix, and I think that's fine. Bounty Hunter 5 just needs levels. Rusher level 6. Start playing with the tracks and start getting gold that way. Mid lane for Abed, Wind Ranger versus Quap. We've seen that literally yesterday, and Cignal had to play that same lane yesterday. That was against Boom. That was Mikado's Wind Ranger, of course. But that did go Mikado's way, and I'd expect the same performance from Abed unless Jamesy's kind of figured out a new approach to it. So we'll see if lessons were picked up from yesterday's series for Jamesy, but this one has kind of played itself out before, so we'll just see if it will repeat. It's going to be a great one to watch out for, and I reckon both sides are going to be feeling good about the second game.
I'd say so. See if Cignal Ultra can draw out the series, or whether Among Us are going to get another 2-0 victory. And for anyone that wasn't aware, Among Us will be in the second series after, pretty much straight after this one as well. I believe it was 496 they're up against for their second series of the day. So for all the Among Us fans out there, don't go anywhere. We can sit and chat and cat jam together while we're waiting for the next series after this one.
Oh, for sure. It's going to be a good one. Back-to-back, of course, means that there's going to be a 20-minute break later on, so make sure you set that timer, Mike, you know? So
well, no matter what I set the timer to, something always goes wrong. Like, I just can't get it right. I set 10 minutes, and I set the timer to 15 minutes, and it was still wrong.
Just got to get good, Mike, you know? But it's never your fault. Don't worry, Mike. It's not your fault. I know it's not your fault. You'll remind me that it's not your fault. We all know. It's fine.
It isn't.
You're good. You're in good hands.
Once I'm done here, I gotta get blamed for everything by my wife, John. I'm not getting blamed while I'm in Dota.
That's true.
Thank you for
that's
that in
perfect
your dream.
timing from IYTT.
He gets it. In your dream, he's probably married. He knows.
I actually don't know. I always thought IYT was a bit younger, but maybe. You never know. Still,
He's a handsome bloke, John.
he is. He makes a very dashing Snape in that
He
poster,
does.
but it doesn't look like we're having too much of a scuffle here. No big contestants unless we see overextensions, but should be a straightforward bounty rune trade so far.
Zephyr, he is playing the +4 Phoenix, by the way. He does go ahead and try to take the bounty, and he does manage to take it away from our Jug, but it is a 2-for-2 trade.
Could be worse.
The March Bounty Hunter. Very interesting.
They've done this a couple of times in the days we weren't covering. I've seen it pop out. It's one of those picks that can be annoying. I think in this specific lane, you're seeing, you know, it's a Mirana plus a Slardar lane. There are opportunities for March to jump in, steal some money with the Janata, walk back, and just be happy. So yeah, that's exactly what March will do. He's got the brown boots, just going for Janata, and walks away.
Arrow. Yeah, just gonna be on a creep, getting that range creep. Very nice there from Eris. There's really not much March can do in this lane though, right? Like he can attack Eris, he can try to get a bit of gold away with that Janata strike. March trying to go for the range creep does fail miserably. Has to get out of there. And it's Bounty Hunter, John. It's not a very strong hero at the moment. He's probably gonna have a bit of a struggle up against the Slardar lane. And in fact, right now as we speak, they just harass him out. All he can do is try to hide in the tree line and make this lane as easy as possible on himself. But we will look into the other lanes for a second. Mid lane, Jamesy and Arbit going to be up against each other once again. Last time around, Jamesy was winning the lane, but Arbit, in classic Arbit fashion, did just come back and destroy the game. See if Jamesy can have a similar effect this game around, or whether Arbit is going to take over early on.
Yeah, it looks like it's going slightly better for James here at the start, but Hobbit's just going to draw it out with this new wave. And, you know, this lane, again, for Jamesy, we've seen him have to deal with it before. He is going for the same build, Shadow Strike being skilled up. Abed going for the 0-2-1. So emphasis on the power shot to clear out those waves, and it should be a steady farming lane. If Abed can keep landing his power shots, so Jamesy might forbid an Eris.
Nice kill up at the top lane. Arrow to the backside of In Your Dream, and he does get taken out. Just could not strength morph enough. And of course at that level 2 mark on the Morphling, John, it is a bit of a weak point. Up until you get to the level 3, and you do have 2 levels in the attribute shift, you are very susceptible to dying as the Morphling.
Could be worse.
It's not the best of times, and even March, we talk about the Bounty Hunter being slow in lane. Level 2 is not a good point, and oh no.
Yeah, March cops an arrow as well. Eris again setting up for this off lane. Do get the kill. Very nice one there. Of course, down at the bot lane, Grims, he wasn't a spot of danger, but does get the cookie off in time. He'll be fine to just run away. Looks like a bat on this Jug. Hasn't been having the greatest time in the safe lane either. He hasn't died, mind you, so it's not all bad news, but he's not quite farming as well as you would hope to see from this Jug. As I say that, though, Spin is going to be out onto Cuckoo with the Cookie follow-up. Cuckoo going to try and survive this one out. Does have the spear and does spear up the Jug. Looks like he will be allowed to salve up as they do go now after Grims. Zephyr trying to finish off the kill. Does get him, but a bat going to try and trade still. Cuckoo will make sure he cannot. That is some very nice plays out from the side of Among Us as they both end up surviving down at that bot lane.
That's right on the edge, but they're making it work. They're making it really hard for a bot to find that safe farm. Now, it's just as bad for In Your Dream up top, though. But the boon here is that Among Us is finding a little bit more in terms of his kills. So as long as they keep that momentum up, I think you're at a good point. And they do get some good rotations out for the 4-minute power reads.
That they do. Grims will just go ahead and take it. Won't really bother either team. Zephyr is going to try and check. Oh, he Icarus dived the wrong way. Grims did go towards the right side. Zephyr thought he might end up going to the left, maybe run back to the fountain, and he does not. Had he hit that Icarus dive, that would have definitely been a kill. He does not get it, however.
Yeah, it's a bit of a shame, but you're still perfectly fine. They've got Cookie again.
On to Zephyr. That's the soul in the wound there, John. He doesn't get the kill, and the person he missed the kill on does set up a kill onto him.
Yeah, it's not a good feeling, but you're still perfectly fine. You're getting space out for your Mars. Cookie is getting the EXP he needs. So that's one thing with this lane as well. Like, both heroes need a lot of EXP. Cookie needs a bit more as the core, and he's getting some of that space out, although they will fight over these runes.
They will, but a bat does manage to pick it up. He doesn't have enough mana for spin, but he did have the stick charges if he needed to. I think he was always going to be alright. Meanwhile, In Your Dream is going to go down once again. Eris picking up his 3rd kill of the game on the Mirana. Another arrow. In Your Dream not having the best start. 0-2-0 so far in the Morphling.
Yeah, it's been a rough top lane there. And we were talking about good safe lanes having a hard time. Just those deaths are going to cost them.
Jamesy mid lane does also solo kill Arbed. Did wait to the level 6 mark to have the Sonic Wave up, but a very nice kill out from Jamesy. It's a 5-1 now for Among Us, and this kind of does go back to the draft, John. They did have extremely weak lanes on the side of Among Us. I mean, obviously they're going to have to try and catch up now as they have fallen behind, but for Cignal Ultra, they are well and truly on track to a nice game.
Yeah, they are, and...
Oh, I bet he gets hit by the arrow. He got the arcane rune, but now the poison is going to be there out of Jamesy and Arbed. He just TP'd back into the lane. Oh, Eris is just playing this Mirana perfectly.
Yeah, and it's something we've seen Eris play a lot of. Just absolutely delivering the performance they need. I love this build-up as well. You know, he's got the Star Storm already up at 2, so he can get the nuke damage needed. This is what's giving them these kills. And Among Us 6-1. They're not lagging too far behind in farm, so that's the silver lining here. But the momentum is definitely in Cignal Ultra's favor. They're finding the EXP from these kills. They're setting themselves up as we start to approach that 10-minute mark. And they are finding the space out. Like, you've got level 6 in a bot. He's going for the Battle Fury build on his Jug. And once that's up, he's going to accelerate massively in farm. You don't have that same build up here for IYD. He's just waiting for his power treads, probably just waiting for the Morbid Mask as well to feel safe. And after that, it's a long road for your Morphling to start finding that safe farm.
That it is. Things are going to slow down a bit here for both teams. Of course, Cignal, they're pretty happy to just farm up right now. No real need to push this advantage they have. So they do have some huge power spikes throughout the mid-game with pretty much all their heroes. It's like March has been rotating around, just getting some deep wards out, and he's actually warded the opposite side of the map all over, just every jungle being watched. Which is quite intriguing considering they are behind right now, so you wouldn't expect them to be the aggressors on the side of Among Us. But it seems as though they are quite confident in being able to catch up and start really giving it to the side of Cignal Ultra once we get a bit more farm up.
Yeah, I think And this is the proper way to play though with a bounty. You do want to keep eyes forward. You want to use this natural invisibility and scouting potential to its fullest. And once you have 6, you can maximize that in the jungle, although Cuckoo's already down mid. Really early rotation out to the mid lane here for our Mars.
Yeah, he wasn't even level 6. He's going to try for that T1 mid tower. March is even here now, really trying to pick on Jamesy. Jamesy, he's going to make the rotation out, just maybe farm the small camp, maybe just rotate back around to that T1 tower. Because Arbed going to be around, continuing to try and apply that pressure. And does get a nice power shot and shackles off, but Jamesy going to blink in, though Cuckoo now, looking for that arena, is not going to be able to reach. And Arbed went for Tranquils.
That's, I guess he felt his lane was just that bad. He is really below in farm right now. He feels like he needs to regen in between waves to just kind of stay alive, and maybe jungle as well. That's the only thing I can see coming out from that one. Just trying to recover from a very hard lane. Right now, though, Cignal again in a very good spot. They already took the top tier 1. So they're in a pretty good position. March making good use of these wards, though, just sniping couriers as they come. That's at least one way to get some economy going here for Among Us. It's not going to offset that by a big amount, but it's keeping them in the game. Again, there's not much of a lead here for Cignal in terms of net worth, so they're going to have to keep that pressure up here.
Arbed, oh, that's a great shackles out, catching 2, but he is going to be surrounded. Nice juke out on the stun there from Van. Arbed still trying to get the power shot off, but now the Sonic Wave is going to be able to finish him off. He made it as difficult as humanly possible, but it was not enough. Van is even going for more now, chasing down Zephyr. They know he doesn't have Icarus dive at the moment, so they'll get the stun off, and Van will have another bash out. Zephyr just can't escape this. He will eventually die and does go down to the Slaughter. In fact, In Your Dream is farming just around them. Not opting to back off. He will get away with that farm. Will start making his way down towards the bot lane. While the rest of Among Us are still yet to catch up. Now 2k behind the side of Cignal Ultra. That was going to be a very nice arrow had it landed on In Your Dream, but it did not. It's an 8-1, John. Cignal Ultra, they are definitely in the driver's seat right now.
And they definitely are. They're just hitting all their timings. They're finding the objectives. They've managed to invade that jungle for a while. I believe they've cleared out one small camp stack. And they're just denying the farm that Among Us wants to get. They need to play in that jungle better. They have to defend this mid-tier 1. But they only really have Cuckoo to throw up front.
Now, Cuckoo's front lining, but he doesn't have the arena to play with. He does at least scare them off, though. That's, I suppose, just as good. It does seem like Among Us really want to get that level 6 on their bounty to try and start abusing the track gold. That is the fastest way to come back into this game. And March has been very focused in on just getting more vision out. And he is that kind of very selfless pos 5 where he plays more like a position 6, if anything. But that level 6, I would argue, is pretty darn important.
It definitely is. As you mentioned, they need the tracks to come in. They need to start finding those pickoffs once it's ready. They will at least find a tier 1 bot. So they finally find their first objective here at around 11.5 minutes in. Way later than that top tier 1 fell. But you do have some control now with the wards they place down. That means IYD has an area he can farm in. They just need to watch out for this one ward. But overall, you're in a pretty good spot. And Cignal actually do go for D ward. So they're just going to instantly lose that control as well in terms of vision.
Eris trying to chase down Cuckoo at the moment. Cuckoo is going to continue just farming the mid lane. Does put a spray down while he's at it. I gotta say, John, I do enjoy these new sprays that have come out during Dietide, but I'm sure you have something to complain about with those sprays.
I always do, Mike.
Always
do.
Without a doubt.
It looks okay. It looks fine. I just don't want to have to roll for him, you know? I'm not a casino boy. I know my limits, Mike.
Not bad.
Be smart.
Gonna go for a spear. Well, I don't know if you're not a casino boy, John. Cuckoo did invite you to go out to a casino,
That's
did
fair.
he not?
Yeah, but it's his treat. You know, I can't say no when it's free, Mike. Oh, Cuckoo. He volunteered for it, you know. That's what you get.
Jamesy does end up killing off March. lane. Arbed going to be in a spot of danger there, but he's going to be all right. Now, Van trying to close the gap onto Zephyr. They saw the Icarus dive out. They want to make this chase. In fact, Arbed now with the Mortimer's Kisses coming in and the Starfall. They do kill him off. Another great play from Eris. They even found the Phoenix, but the egg is going to be dropped. They should be able to get it down in time, and they do. Cignal Ultra really keeping up this aggression. Now that T1 mid is set to fall. Cuckoo is hanging around, but has the corrosive haze on him now, and will have to be a little bit more cautious. And it's an 11-1 for Cignal Ultra, 3k net worth lead. And so far, this draft from Among Us is not working out.
It really isn't. This is a very slow start for them. They're playing with a bounty hunter. They haven't found track kills. March has his 6. He's just kind of walking around and even gets spotted out. So it's got to be a bit cautious with that movement. They need to find some way to get these kills. I believe they're going to need to blink up and Cuckoo first so they can really get some gap close in play. They already have the Javelin on Abed, but it's pretty slow going. Just going to rush the blink into BKB. No MKB build up here for now. Just having to rush a wave being up front. And as this game goes on, the lead for Cignal just keeps growing wider. You're in a really good spot with your Jug. All of your cores are evenly farmed. Among Us is buying space out for IYD, but it's going to be a while until the Morphling really hits a gear here.
March going to be in danger again. Nice start out there from Grims with the cookie out. He's going to try and fight back a little bit, but he knows he's dead. And a nice pick up as Van now will chase down Zephyr. He will just Sunray down to the low ground. He's going to be just fine. At this point, John, you've got to start to wonder what the plan is here for Among Us, right? Like, they're not making this bounty hunter really work with the tracks. I haven't seen a track kill yet. In fact, there's only been one kill for this dire side. Who are they falling back on? Like, are you trusting in your Dream to be able to catch up on the Morphling? Is he going to be able to contest the Jug later on? Is it going to be Arbed that we rely on for the damage later on? Like, what's the plan here?
It's got to be IYD. He's the one getting the space out in the jungle this game. It's Abed throwing his body out this time. And the Morphling does have some pretty good scaling, but up against a Jug, it's a bit 50-50 because of that spin. So if a bot uses his invulnerability states quite nicely, then there's no opportunity for this Morphling to get the damage off. You've already got this Battle Fury build-up done on a bot 15 minutes in. You can really start to tear through that jungle and keep that farm wide.
March.
And...
March, there's a sentry ward. March, not right there. There's a sentry ward. March, don't go there. Van's like, oh, there he is. Got it.
Oh, March. Yeah, it's not been a good game for a bounty. He's trying to buy space. Now it's better him than the rest of his team. Out of those 13 kills, 4 of them have been March. So in that sense, I think that's okay. As long as your other cores aren't dying, you are kind of fine with that. The issue is Abed's also accounting for 4 of those deaths, so it's not as split up as you want it. And Cignal, they just keep running around. They need to start finding these bigger kills, so I'd say IYD is something they have to keep an eye out for. And we saw the mistake game 1 where they left Abed alone this time. They are kind of ignoring the Morphling, which can be an issue, but they will go Roche. With Corrosive Haze, this Roshan does not take too long.
No, it does not. The healing ward is going to be there as well to make sure they stay healthy through the Roshan. Abed did scout it out with the power shot, but it's a matter of how you get in there. The Cuckoo does have the blink to initiate, but they do come out early. Van going for a stun onto that Mars. In fact, they're just going to burst him down. Sonic Wave out as well onto Abed. He'll try to run away through the Mortimer's Kisses, but he has been purged up and is also going to die. In fact, it wasn't even the purge, it was just a shadow strike from James that slowed him up like that. Back into the Roshan, everything continues to fall apart for Among Us. A 5k net worth lead here for Cignal Ultra. Make that 6. And an Aegis for a bat.
It's getting very wonky for Among Us. Very, very hairy for them. You know, they haven't been able to play around the egg of Zephyr. They haven't been able to force any of these fights themselves. They've got this arena combo with the egg that just doesn't fly out. A 5k lead isn't so bad, but you are really sacrificing everyone's farm here. Kuku and Abed have just fallen off a cliff. It's only really IYD that's keeping up. He's got his spell.
What?
Oh.
Cuckoo? Maybe just likes looking at the arena. Places it down. I believe it was for a power rune, maybe? Is that what they got? No?
No.
No power rune?
Jamesy got it.
Okay.
I think
I
they
guess he
tried
was
to
trying
make
to
that
kill
move.
Jamesy.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
it's a quap. They don't have Yule set up, so it's a bit tricky to get that combo off, and that's another cooldown down. So you're gonna have to wait a minute. They've got the opening here for a tier 2, and Abacha says, yeah, I'll take a free tier 2. Nothing to stop him. Without the arena, there's no team fight.
Is March's job this game literally to kill couriers? He's been on this side of the map the whole game. Is he literally just killing couriers this game? I think he is. He hasn't left this side of the map. Mid lane, Arbet's in trouble. He's been slowed up by that Shadow Strike. They're just going to chase him up. Arbet still trying to run away, but there's your stun out. Cuckoo trying to help, but the bash is there from Van. Now the egg to be dropped. In Your Dream going to jump in. They do get one on Jamesy. Zephyr will be able to survive through the egg. Did they get a track out? I don't believe they did.
No. Nope. Unfortunate, but no. I think March really just wants the
couriers.
March really just wants the couriers first. Like, who cares about track? You gotta kill those couriers.
True.
You gotta get them out. It's supposed to be spooky time. He's trying to be spooky, but it's not quite paying off. Now they did find a good kill. Jamesy's pretty big. That was worthwhile for IYD, not worthwhile for Abed. So you're still sacrificing your other cores for this build-up on the Morph and March.
Oh, March. Eris does pick him up with the arrow again.
Oh, man. I mean, he got a track off this time. It's just, well, there's nothing there. So, unfortunate. But 17-2, Mike. Cignal Ultra suddenly looking pretty fantastic. You know, they've got this basic minus armor strat. They've got the farm up on a bot. It is going to be the Ags upgrade here on our Jug next. So you're going to see the Swift Slash in play, and once you have that, it fixes so many issues the Jug has in terms of being able to fight, and they do smoke up.
That they do it. That Siege Creeper bat, he's just going to keep it alive. It's going to really make this push a lot easier for him, as Van will go have a look around, see if he can find anyone in the triangle. He's going to spot Arbet out. Shackles is going to be there though, but here comes Jamesy. Looks like everyone's going to be just fine, but that tier 2 tower mid is going to drop. The best they could do is just push another lane, and that's exactly what In Your Dream and Zephyr are doing. They'll get rid of the bottom tier 2 tower. However, now the mid tier 3 is being forced in. And Cignal understand how far ahead they are right now. There is really nothing to fight back with on the side of Among Us. They've got to try. Nice arena is there. Do they have the egg? They do, but they haven't dropped it yet. Omni is going to whiff. It does jump back towards the creep wave. So a bat gets very unlucky, but now Jamesy going to jump in as the Queen of Pain onto Zephyr. Not going to try and kill him off. They just want the tier 3 and the racks. Shackles is going to be pretty on point from Arbed, but there is just no follow-up to it. As In Your Dream and March are still just forcing out that bot wave. And they get a tier 2 tower, but they do lose their tier 3 mid tower. The net worth continues to skyrocket for Cignal Ultra. Now 7k their way.
Yeah, they're going to be very pleased with that. They did have the Aegis, but without the Omni available, there's no real fighting, at least in terms of getting the pick off to get the numbers advantage. So you can understand why Cignal's playing a bit safe. They're just going to look elsewhere, keep that farm up, wait for the Ags to be done first on a bot. Aegis does expire now, so pretty well-timed pullback. And
good. He's trying to get out of here. Quick TP out, but no, Jamesy, he does have the damage. And March is going to die down at the bot lane, John. Eris does pick him up again on the Mirana. It's a 19-2 now. We have the 3-2-2 dream active though, John. That's the positive here.
That it is. Let's see if let's see if Among Us can find one more kill down the line. That's gonna be the big challenge here. It's been
No. I'm saying the other way around, John. I think Cignal Ultra's going to get all the way to 32 kills. I mean,
that would be
this
something.
game is so one-sided. It's not even close.
Oh,
they just
man,
have
I
no
didn't even
answers.
realize it. When you mentioned that, I just looked at Ovid, and he's level 11. Looks like, what?
One of his kisses, Van jumps in. There comes the fire. Arbet doesn't have the wind run any longer. He tries to run, but they have the damage. Here comes In Your Dream, however, but no, Van is still a bit too tanky. However, Cuckoo gets a spear up into the arena, but Jamesy is there to try and help, and they've ruined the dream, John. Or maybe
No.
they haven't. We can do it backwards. We can do it backwards.
Yeah. 2 more here for Cignal, and we'd be set. Still Among Us. Dire Straits here, Mike. You know, it's not smooth sailing. They do have the shotgun and IYD. Maybe this is the turning point. If IYD can burst a couple of these heroes down. There's no defensive items on a bot. There's no defensive items on Jamesy. Could be very nice to punish with that shotgun.
Could be. Jamesy, March, is there sentries around? No, there is not. Jamesy has no clue and will pop an invis and run. March is chasing the courier. March.
That's all he can do. I
We're
mean,
20
he can't exactly roam the map anymore because of all these sentries. So, I guess the courier play is it. They don't want to fight. They know they can't pick off. Just try to escalate by couriers.
Bat could be in a spot of danger. Does go for the spin TP in Your Dream. Doesn't really have enough damage to get through the jug, even through the spin. And now you do have that Aghanim Scepter there for a Bat. So he is well and truly online, going for the MKB straight after that. But with that Swift Slash, he is going to be a real menace now in this game number 2. Jamesy gets Arbet again on the Wind Ranger. They might just find another one soon, John. Van does
One
catch
more.
out Cuckoo, and they will use him up. Cuckoo is going to go down.
there
There it
you
is,
go.
John. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. We have achieved the dream. Very, very happy. It's made this whole game worth it.
Yeah, 22-3, 9k lead. Cignal Ultra feeling good. Swift Slash still there for a bot. Onto the high ground here, and Among Us, we haven't seen Arena Egg. Not literally, we've seen Arena, we've seen Egg, but not Arena with Egg. And if you don't play with that combo, I don't know what they wanted to do with this draft. They needed to throw that combination out. All they can do is watch their racks fall.
There goes the mid-racks. Into the top lane, Cignal. Have nothing to be afraid about. Quite literally nothing. I just can't see a Bat dying unless he cops that arrow. Oh, he does In Your Dream. A great arrow out. But do they have the damage? Yeah, they do. They blow him up. Zephyr with the Sunray. And the shotgun blast from In Your Dream does get it done. And now they kill off Eris. In Your Dream leaping forward, trying to chase down more. Jamesy is going to run away. They have found out Cuckoo, though, so a nice pickup at Arbet. Another great Shackles out. Jamesy going to be there to try and help, allow his team to get out, but Grims does die, and now In Your Dream. Going to turn around onto the Quab. They do kill off Arbet. Jamesy will be able to blink away. As I said, that a Bat could not die. He takes an arrow from In Your Dream.
You caused it, Mike.
Yeah.
Now it's your fault. This time it is definitely. But still, good target prioritization from Among Us. They managed to at least hold out for now. And yeah, it keeps them in the game. They don't lose additional racks, but they're still mid-racks down. Top lane exposed, and IYD just barely dodging it with the Manta, but they need a little bit more of that. They need to really stockpile onto this Morphling. There's scalability in Abed. It's just, you're talking about level 13 Wind Ranger at 27 minutes in. That's, there's a lot more that needs to happen, and yeah.
I mean, it definitely hasn't been the greatest Wind Ranger performance, that's for sure. Zephyr, Eucharist dive away from Van, but he does have a blink. Does go for the dust up just in case March is around. He was not. Aghanim Scepter
like-
almost there for Grims, John.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah. they got the farm distribution at least. So gobble up play with Slardar gonna be in action. That's gonna be really deadly in the front line. But Among Us, they do smoke up. It's their turn.
Cuckoo, nice setup there with the Yules. Gets the spear off as well. So Eris is going to go down very early on. With that, they might actually be able to get this team fight going. Abat, however, Swift Slash straight through. Has the Omni, does commit straight away. They've killed off March and Cuckoo, but the buybacks are coming. Arbit, he'll go for a focus fire onto Abat. He's going to be okay, though. Meanwhile, a neutral item dropped, and Arbit just picks it up. Craggy coat, very nice. Jamesy, however, going to punish him for that. Does get the kill, and the Roshan is still continuing here from Cignal Ultra. They will be able to get another Roshan, Aegis and Cheese.
Denied? A bot?
What?
A bot? Did
What?
you want to do that, a bot?
He denied the Aegis.
He got the cheese, though. Okay. All right, a bot. I guess it's a mistake.
Cuckoo. Tell him, Cuckoo. There's been a lot of there's been a lot of weird Aegis plays going on. I mean, there's been so many weird things happening with Roshan's Aegis recently. It is Halloween after all, John. Did you see that, by the way? We never pointed that out, but the new icon when you pick up a neutral item.
Yeah. It shows like when items get exchanged. So I've been seeing wards pop out over their heads, bottles down mid.
How great is that?
Yeah, it's nice. It's actually a bit more readable. It just surprised me at first. I was like, what the heck is this? You know, it looked like something from Dire Tide when you pick up the candies. Or was that Raid King? Frost of... You know, I forget now. Grievel's Greed? One of them? Gosh.
Hold that
mixed
thought,
up all
John.
the events.
Big smoke up here from Among Us. Oh, BKB is there in time from Jamesy. Cuckoo not going to get the spear off. They'll try and turn around now. Abat doesn't have the Omni, but does have the Swift Slash. A great stun from Van, but he had no help coming in. They do kill off Cuckoo, and Van is still trying to run, but In Your Dream is going to be able to kill him off. Now Abat, he's copying a lot of damage, but the healing ward is just being left there to keep him alive, apparently, as they do jump in with the Mortimer's Kisses, back onto Arbed with the Swift Slash again. They do kill him off, but In Your Dream, killing off Eris. Now Van, with the cookie out from Grims, does control up the morph, but he does blink away with the Queen of Pain morph. Gonna make a run for it. Abat still trying to chase, but In Your Dream is well and truly out. March, however, is not, and does get caught by Van, and will die. And it's going to be another successful team fight out for the side of Cignal Ultra.
31-9 now. 13k lead for Cignal, which is honestly not as much as you'd expect when you're 31 kills up. But it's still a pretty fantastic lead to have. You are seeing opportunities with a morph though, and they do gobble up. But it's just illusions. But yeah, it's looking pretty good here. For the side of Cignal, they just need this MKB to be done on a bot. He just needs to wait to pierce through, although...
Focus Fire is going to be out. Cuckoo, nice spear out onto a bat. He is very tanky, however, and he'll go for a Swift Slash onto Cuckoo, and they will kill him off. But now the Sunray is going to come in from Zephyr. Chris dive in. Still going to go back up towards the high ground where they want to get this final tier 3 tower. Shackles is going to hold two of them down there from Arbed. Gobble up, perfect from Van, but the Yules was there in time from Zephyr. He still gets the stun off, however, and looks like Zephyr might just die and does. Now Abat going for another Swift Slash and the Omni onto two. It's bouncing around March. He's going to be the unfortunate victim of out In Your Dream. Going to try and jump back in. Does kill off Jamesy. Another great Shackles out from Arbed. They're going to try and fight this one out with the double stun and the shotgun. Does kill off Eris. Back onto Van. They get a Shackles off onto the Slardar, and they will be able to kill him. They are holding the high ground. Things aren't all bad here for Among Us.
Definitely not. The damage output on IYD is really starting to stack up. This lack of defensive buildup on the side of Cignal is starting to hurt. The BKB from James is just not quite enough to keep him up. You're going to need a BKB on the Slaughter as well so you can stand in front. I think you'd want to see a Yules up here for your snap as well, perhaps, just to be alive. And
what does that mean, Joe? I know it's something.
it's like It's like a cuss word for crazy, or like you're or nuts, you're insane. What just happened to Abed? What made him say that?
Oh, hold on one moment. Cuckoo, he's got an illusion. He really taught that illusion a lesson. Very nice play there from Cuckoo. But what happened to Abed, John, is he got a gobble up from Grims was thrown onto Abed. That was it. Grims was very happy about it. Did spam yeehaw. And I guess that's why he said Grims is kind of crazy.
Oh, Abed. I think he was caught off guard. Maybe he expected a stunt to come out. He was terrified. Just go goggle. Abed. God bless. Good to see that they're still in high spirits. The lead is shrinking though, Mike. Cignal down to 11k from 13.
Wow.
We've got to... It's actually, again, 34 to 12, but you're only 11k ahead. There's some signs there that Among Us have some way of bouncing back. It's all on IYD. It's all about this morph. He is going for the Ags next, so we might see a shift into the Wind Ranger, shift into Mars. There's so many options here for IYD. He is going to finish up his Satanic first, though. So once that's up, we'll see the next item. And, of course, somehow, it's been long enough. Abed, it's not fantastic farm, mind you, but he has the BKB, has the MKB, still stuck in Tranquil, saving up for his Blink. He has been making a difference, though. Like, Abed's shackles have been so on point. They've been enabling a lot of plays. It's a combination of the 20 talent with a 10 talent. And there's a smoke now from Cignal, though. Maybe they can find a key pick-off and start to pressure another set of objectives.
Zephyr is going to back off early on. Van, probably not going to see him. They really want to try and sneak around the base, get a quick kill, and go high ground again. And they must be sensing that In Your Dream is getting stronger as time goes on, as he does now have a Satanic up, and is indeed going for the Aghanim Scepter build-up. But a Bat sneaking from behind. Abed going to cut him off, and that's a lot of damage out of Bat. With the MKB, can't kill him. Now, however, the Arena and Spear is there. On to the Slanter, but he's going to survive. Arrow comes through. Eris stunning up Cuckoo. In Your Dream trying to fight back. He does waveform through. It's not going to be good enough. The egg is there, but it is going to be bursted as well. A Bat gets it. In Your Dream, it's him against the world now. They stun him up. The Cookie's there. A Bat waiting for another Swift Slash. Is not going to have it in time, or maybe he does. In Your Dream trying to run. Can he do it? He can. Zephyr going to keep him alive, but Jamesy slows him up with the Shadow Strike. Yules is there from Cuckoo onto a Bat, making sure they can't follow up. But they'll go back for the racks. There's only a 3v5 situation here from Among Us. Cignal Ultra. They are looking very good here. One rack's left to be taken unless they want to rush tier 4 towers. But a Bat wants to take this seriously, does go back down to the bot tier 3 tower. Should be able to clean this up. Cuckoo, he does have the arena back up in about 5 seconds. In Your Dream going to go in with the spin. A Bat thinking about fighting this one out. Van, meanwhile, getting a stun off in the back lines. Abed, though, great shackles out. Once again, he's killed off Abed. Or excuse me, killed off a Bat. Van is going to try and run, but he is also going to die. What is this game?
I don't know. It's 38 to 15. The lead dropped down once again, Mike, down to just 10k. So you're seeing IYD now #1 net for it. He's starting to pop off. Abed's getting the control out again with his talent spikes at 10 and 20. The shackle shot is just ridiculous. They need something to try and purge that off, but they're going to need a strong dispel from somewhere to get the control off. And Cignal, they're 2 racks up, though. They're still really set.
Could be worse.
Among Us can only find a tier 2. They could try to poke the high ground, though, if they want for some buybacks, and that looks like that's going to be the play.
Give it a shot. Now, Bat, we'll see if he does want to buy back. They'll commit the repair kit and the glyph, but In Your Dream, he is not backing off. He wants this tier 3 tower, but the arrow is going to be there. Cuckoo will jump in to try and save his life. In Your Dream, he's going to pop the Satanic. He'll be alright. James is the one to go down, and now Eris.
What?
Also getting blown up. They just got a little bit overly confident there, I think, John. Uh-oh.
Tier 4s?
Yeah, tier 4 towers. Buyback's going to be there from Eris. Looks like that'll be enough Among Us. They get something for their trouble.
They're eyeing
Maybe
bot.
not. Why the hell not, John?
Oh boy. So they've bounced back. That lead, Mike, down to 5k. That's almost nothing now. It's not as significant at 38 minutes in, that 5k lead. So Among Us are finally back. They get to secure Roche as well. There's a refresh here, plus the Aegis cheese. And because of how strong IYD is, this is just going to melt. They've allowed this Morphling to reach late. There's the Ags now as well. So IYD can turn into his allies, have a lot of fun running around as the Wind Ranger. They've got to contest this.
Arrow does connect. Meanwhile, Van to the backlines does kill off March, and they go in onto the Roche pit. Arbet copying a lot of damage, but is going to get lucky with the Omni. Abat will go after the Roshan, does get the Aegis. Cuckoo, he'll drop the arena, but it won't really matter too much. He does go down. Van dropping low. Another great Shackles. Arbed, he caught two of them. Now the sun rays out. Zephyr is there within your dream. They do get a team wipe almost, but Abat is going to respawn up with the Aegis now. He needs to fight everyone by himself, and he just can't. The damage is way too high. And that's Wind Ranger for you. You get an MKB, and suddenly you could just kill anyone, no matter how bad your game's been. Not to mention, by the way, Johnny, in your dream has morphed into the Wind Ranger with his Aghanim Scepter. He's going to go on to the Queen of Pain. Jamesy is going to try and go for a run with the BKB. Does turn around with the Hex. Can they stun him up? They cannot. This looks like a bit of a comeback. Among Us, they get him there.
You should look at like the win probability, Mike. Once this ends, that graph is just gonna be a beauty. You'll never see a graph like that again. Another Rax here going down. Now Among Us can't take top, so that entire lane still has a tier 1. They're only gonna find mid and bot, but that's more than enough. That's 2 lanes that evens it out, and all of a sudden we're back at square one. 40 to 21k lead only for Cignal, and they have thrown a massive lead.
I mean, it's classic SEA Dota.
That it is. This is why in Southeast Asia, Mike, you know, you may be up under high ground, you're behind 13k, you never give up. You fight like it's TI, because you can always find an opportunity. And Among Us, they hold out. They've punished some overextensions from Cignal. And now Cignal, they've got to figure out their game plan. Their Jug is just not up to par. That was him with a snatched Aegis. And he also stole that refresh. They need to find something here to bring out to that Morphling. They have nothing stopping the regen. They don't have a Spirit Vessel. They don't quite have a Scotty. So if they don't burst him down in that Hex duration, then there's so much leeway here for IYD to just shift around. They do smoke up. Maybe they find a pick-off.
They'll blink in. James, you have to be careful in your dream. He's going to get hexed up with the Gobble Up. That's a great Gobble Up as well into the 3-man stun. But they do get the BKBs off in time. Cuckoo is going to try and fight back, but he has been left. Who else have they found? Of course, it's March. He has been caught out by Eris. Eris will be able to arrow him and secure the kill, and that's 2 heroes down without buyback.
It's another back and forth. IYD was fairly close to dying. I think the worry now is if IYD is fully on Agi, very low on HP, and just dies, then you find your game in a very, very awkward spot if you are Among Us. He barely has enough gold for buyback, and that's the last of the racks here.
Mega creeps incoming. Jamesy gets rid of the last tier 4 tower, so Ancient exposed. Let's see them defend this. Repair kit is going to be there in your dream. Going to have to waveform forward and get started, but Arbit is already gone. He'll buy back. Onto Jamesy, but he does BKB through the shotgun. Bat is going to spin TP, but the Shackles is out once again. This time in your dream got it. He'll kill off Van. Now Grims is trying to run. He will also go down. The game is not over until the Ancient falls. So, Among Us, they still have a chance. Cignal Ultra, they are going to revel on the fact that they've got the Mega Creeps up. but I can't guarantee that they are safe yet.
No, definitely not. Like, even with the tier 4 exposed, right, it just feels like it can go either way here for both sides. And, well, IYD, we've seen this last time. He goes down to the river, finds a double damage. He's in a very good spot now to make something happen. Now, again, they have to clear the top lane first, which is the biggest issue for Among Us. They need to clear one entire lane before they can look for Megas themselves. But they might be eyeing the high ground still, and it looks like they might just walk their way up there.
When your Dream's got a double damage rune, he's hitting very, very hard at the moment. He's got a leveler as well, John. Things could be dangerous here for Cignal. I think they might have to buy back. In your Dream, he's going to try and force it. They already commit the repair kit on the tier 4 tower, but In Your Dream does not care. He'll aim the tower down. They'll hex him up. He still goes onto the tier 4, now onto the other. They are going to try and expose this Ancient. No buybacks yet. They're going to wait out the respawns, pop the glyph, but I don't think Among Us can afford to back off. However, their Ancient now is exposed. It's getting attacked. March will take care of it. Omni Slash is going to be there rather. Swift Slash is out. Jamesy, he has died. He'll buy back. A bat, he's trying to just spin out of there and make sure he does not go down. In Your Dream, he'll morph into the Mars now. Sonic Wave into the backlines, does kill off one. It was Zephyr. Now In Your Dream, getting Swift Slashed up. A bat does not have the Omni for 22 seconds. He's just trying to buy more time. In Your Dream, he will run away. Does get the spear off, but it does not connect. And oh, In Your Dream, he's gone. He can buy back, and he probably needs to right now. March cannot defend this Ancient by himself as a bounty hunter. He has help in from Arbed and Cuckoo, but Cignal are not going to give them the time to allow the Morphling to respawn.
There
you go.
It's such a scary spot. Another Ancient defense. Can be 4 versus 4 here. IYD's got to be on point with his movements because it's all about him.
They need some big shackles here from Arbed and In Your Dream. He hasn't morphed yet. He's waiting out to make sure that they commit to the team fight first.
Ancient is under attack. This will be the end.
Grims, oh, he's going to go for a Goblin play. In Your Dream is going to get sunned up with the Swift Slash up, but he does Manta straight away. Meanwhile, Arbed, he holds the rest of the team back. In Your Dream going in with Cuckoo. They get the spear off, and they have caught out the junk, but the Glimmer Cape is going to save for now. Now the Omni going to fly through, does kill off March, but Cuckoo is going to survive while In Your Dream is trying to fight, but he's gone down. They don't have their POS 1 left. It's basically Arbed versus the world, but they've called the GG. They know they can't defend it any further, and Cignal Ultra will be able to draw out the series 1-1 in a very fun kind of matchup. I suppose the draft from Among Us just does not work out this time around.
Yeah, they tried their best there. It doesn't work out. Really good hold. Cignal, there was some rocky moments, but it was really down to Jamesy's 25. And that AoE fear from the Scream caused so many issues for IYD. He didn't have spell immunity at that point, just giving them additional control afterwards, and it just fell apart. Like IYD needed to be a lot more cautious, and he had to throw his body out. It was a massive risk, and it doesn't quite pay off. So a drawn series, but Among Us, they do have another one.
That they do. Up against 496, that should be a real heated kind of matchup between the two. As we always say, John, 496 is the kind of team that loves running at the other team constantly. Among Us do tend to oblige if you do want to play that play style. So it should be, what's the word you use, John? When it's Filipino versus Filipino?
Rambulan. Yeah.
It's a rambulan, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's not Filipino versus Filipino, but I think we can still use the word, right?
Yeah. Fair enough. I think that's fine. It's a perfectly apt point, and both teams just love to fist fight, so it should be a really good one to watch.
Now, I should mention as well, John, there is probably going to be a 20-minute break. I can't guarantee anything because, my lobby issues continue, but I'll try to get the timer up and try to confirm with the admins as to how long it is going to be. It's MLP Dota and johnxfire. We'll get back to cat jamming with you in the chat as we do wait for our second series. We'll see you then.